What is up, online retailers? If you're new to this channel, welcome. For those who do not know, my name is Mike Rosko and I help people start, build, and grow their own online retail business, also commonly known as Amazon FBA Wholesale, which is essentially selling popular big name brand products like Mattel, Hasbro, Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, Disney, Procter & Gamble. All those huge popular brands, you're going to be buying them at a lower cost and selling them at a higher price online. So in this video, as you know, as per my recent videos, I've been trying to find out ways for those of you that come to me and don't have enough money to start. I've been trying to find ways and the best ways that you could build capital fast. That way you can get started. So the past couple of weeks, I've been working on trading options, and I took a course just to get the basics and fundamentals down, and I pretty much knew a lot of it, but I just wanted to, solidify it, know the fundamentals, and, the whole charting thing, indicators, all that stuff. Like, that stuff I have not, mastered yet by any means. To me, it takes years to do that. But I've been going off of somebody's signals. So far, it's been pretty good. It's a extremely wacky game. For example, if you see Tesla moves like it can literally open up at like 450, and within an hour it's down to 420, and then by the end of the day it's back up to 450. It moves like it's insane. Like, there's a lot of money to be made, but it's pretty unpredictable. And if you're completely new, knowing where it's going to move is pretty wacky. So if you're going to start trading options, first of all, make sure you're taking somebody's signals. By signals, I mean they send out when to get in, when to get out, what strike price. If you do not know anything about the stock market, if you don't know how to trade at all, if you don't even know how to read a chart, if you don't know how to chart yourself, definitely learn the fundamentals first, and then get a coach, a mentor, or just take somebody's signals, join a group, and follow those signals. But there's still a side to that where, you need to know if it goes the other way, when to hold, when to cut it, cut your losses, when to take profit, because there's trades where I've made over 100% within 5 minutes. There's trades where you can lose 50% in a minute. For those of you who do, let me just backtrack. An option is essentially a contract. A contract saying, let's just say, you buy a contract we'll just say 450. We'll make it easy. Strike price 450. You buy a contract for 450, and you're gonna guess that the price is going up. So you'd buy a call, which means you're predicting the stock goes up. So if you have a 450 contract of $450, Tesla at $450, you're essentially buying 100 shares. But let's make it simple. You're buying a contract stating that you have the contract that's worth $450 per share of Tesla. So if it goes up to 455, that means you can sell that contract, which gives the rights for somebody else to buy these 100 shares for $450. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm trying to keep it, basic, but you can also predict if the stock goes down, which is called a put. But I'm not going to go over the basics for options. I'm just trying to see if it's a good way for beginners to make money. I'm going to lean towards the no side, because if you're not mentally calm, first of all, if you only have $500 to start off with, most people will risk all that $500 in a trade when you should really only risk probably 10% per trade. But if you have like 10 grand to start with, then you could start trading Tesla, because the contract's going to be most of the time over $1,000, sometimes even more. Battery day is coming up on the 22nd, so the IV is just through the roof, so the contracts are extremely expensive, but I actually think it's priced in. But anyway, if you don't have money, I would say if you don't have, even basic knowledge of the stock market, I would kind of stay away because options can get absolutely insane. And there's a whole emotional intelligence side of it. You have to realize, oh my God, you might lose 50% so quick. And you might realize, oh, this contract's up 20% in 5 minutes. Should I take the profits now or should I hold? And by the time you by the time it fills, you might have lost out on that 20%, or maybe you took that 20%, it goes up 100%, and you're like, oh, should have held it. It's a whole emotional game, so you kind of have to know. That's probably the hardest part about trading options. Yes, you could take signals from somebody who's been trading for a while, but at the same time, it's kind of your fault if you don't take profits in time or if you don't cut the losses in time, because the market's wild, right? The market's against you. It's not meant for you to really make money, to be completely honest. But again, it's if you're emotionally intelligent, if you understand charting, if you understand all that stuff, it could work. But I think I'm leaning more towards retail arbitrage and Instacart right now. But yeah, just want to make this video. Options could be a little bit wacky. You know, you could try it if you could afford to lose that 500 that you are starting with, but make sure you're signing up for somebody's signals, which will cost money too. I would buy like a smaller course and kind of understand the fundamentals. There is huge upside with options, but there's also a huge downside. I've actually seen in that group how many people have blown accounts, and they say, the signals are great, but they just don't know when to get out or when to get in, because entry and exit are like the biggest things with options, right? You can make 20% in like 30 seconds, but it's like, when do I enter? When do I exit? Yeah, you can have the signals, but a lot of times it's like, oh, if it holds 450, then get in. But you're like, oh, but what if I get in now and it shoots up, then I miss out on this profit. What does he mean by hold? Like, oh my God, I got in at 450 because I saw it touched it, but now it's going down. I guess it didn't hold. Like it's just a whole emotional game. And it's kind of cool. It's really fun. I gotta say, it's extremely fun. And it's only been 2 weeks. I'm trying to get down the timing. I'm thinking 9:30 to 11 a.m. seems to be the best timing. That's where the high volume is, but also when the first 5 minutes opens up, it's wacky, a bunch of sell-offs and all that stuff. And I'm also thinking from like 2:45-ish to 3:45-ish, 3:50-ish, the market closes at 4. That seems to be the good timing too. I've sat there all day and checked it out. The volume's pretty low during certain times. There's still opportunity there, obviously, but right now I'm holding swings. Swings are, longer, long term. Like I have some that expire October 2nd, and right now they're down. But you have to remember, there's a lot of people in the group. They take these signals and their swings October 2nd. It's September 19th, and they're like, oh, I got to cut the loss. I ran out of buying power. Blah blah blah. That's another thing to keep in mind. Buying power is, how much money you can use that day to get into a trade. And I'm like, listen, guys, you gotta chill. Like, I'm new too, but I mean, I've tried options before, but I'm like, guys, October 2nd is 3 weeks away. There's still a chance for this to hit, right? You gotta chill for a second. If anything, go out there, hustle, dump more money in, and then worry about the buying power, right? That way, you can shoot up if you deposit more money, rather than freaking out closing it at a loss and not taking the signal the right way, which you're supposed to hold, right? So yeah, it's a whole, like, yes, your charts can be perfect, right? Yes, you could chart it perfectly. You can use these indicators, meaning what's like TTM squeeze is how much it's going up, how much it's going down, VWAP, which is an average. There's a bunch of indicators. I'm not going to get into all that right now. Obviously volume, but you have to realize you could chart perfectly you can have the perfect setups and, the market can go the other way because it's still the overall market. So you have to trust your skills, but the biggest thing is emotions. You have to realize, okay, this trade, I might lose $1,000, if it doesn't go the way it planned. But you can also say, hey, listen, I risked $1,000, but if I cut the loss, if it hits a certain point, a certain support and resistance, if it hits a certain point and it doesn't break through that, I'll cut my loss there. It's clearly not going to break through, right? So you cut your loss at 20%. So rather than losing $1,000, you're losing $200. And that's where the game is. And your take profit, it might shoot to the moon, but how do you know it's not going to reverse, right? You have to trust your skills and your charting, and you have to realize that sometimes the market doesn't go in your favor. So it's a whole emotional game. And, people who have not invested at all, usually they lack emotional intelligence. They freak out when anything goes wrong. Oh, I lost money on this product. I can't do this anymore. You run a business and, oh, this guy gave me a bad review. This customer's talking crap about me. Oh my God, I got to shut down my business. Oh, listen, you need to build the skills, build out the foundation, build your knowledge, and work on your emotional intelligence, your emotional side, okay? Because that's everything in life. You got to understand mindset is a lot of it, a lot of it. And that's what I've been working on recently. I'm going to start paying thousands of dollars in coaching for mindset. I'm going to focus on balancing and systematizing and being more productive. That's why you haven't seen much content with me, because I'm trying to refocus. Because what happened was I gave away my health for a few years to make money, right? And I got to the heaviest I ever was. And these past 3-4 months, my mind has been fantastic. I've been working out every day. I got my bike back, which was good. I got it fixed. I've been lifting, biking, and running every day. And the effect it has on you mentally is absolutely insane, okay? The difference is just, don't make the mistake I made. I'm just going to leave it at that. Don't give up everything to make money. Don't just work 12 to 20 hours every day for 3-4 years. 12 to 20 hours every single day. Don't do that and give up your health, give up everything. You do need to make sacrifices, correct? But not to that extremity, okay? Don't make the mistake I did. I actually had this talk with one of my students, and he was like, listen, I'm just going to grind. I'm not going to stop until I make it. I'm like, listen, dude, please don't make the mistake I did at all, ever. Focus on your health. Make sure you're lifting. You don't have to do it like I'm doing it 6-7 days a week, every single day. I love it. It helps me mentally. And I've been fasting, which has helped lose weight. I'm actually, you know what? I'm not going to talk about this now. I'm going to make another video on it, and I'm going to drop the video. I know it's not a how to make money video, but I'm going to give you tips on how to run, going from not even being able to run a mile to literally running a almost sub 6 mile. I ran 10 miles in 10 minutes average per minute, which I wanted a little lower, but I want to go over how I was able to do that, because it's mindset, okay? And that kind of brings us back to the options, because I don't want to get a little sidetracked, which I tend to do on my videos, but emotional intelligence, okay? So my verdict for options, I'm going to keep trying it because it's fun to me and I enjoy it, and I'm going to limit it to the 2 hours a day, well, 3 hours a day, whatever the time is, 9:30, hour and a half. Yeah, 2.5 hours a day. I'm going to limit it to that. I'm not going to trade unless I'll put a notification for signals that come on where he signals like in the middle of the day. I'll do that, but I'm not going to sit here and look at charts all day and not make the most of my time. Starting on Monday, I'll do it for another couple weeks, but if I like it, if I'm seeing very good, results, because you got to think about it. 5 trading days a week, you make $100. That's an extra $500 a week, right? That goes a long way. But the problem is, like, if you get into Tesla, you make 50% on Tesla. That one trade, you can make $500,000, right? And you get addicted to making that 500, then you risk more. It's all emotional, right? So you gotta chill. The best traders, they say, is they wait for the perfect setups. They chart all this up, right? They wait for the perfect setups. They make a couple trades a week. They make thousands of dollars, right? Perfect setups, emotional intelligence, know when to take profits, know when to cut losses, know when to get in, know when to get out. Few trades a week, you're set, right? Those are the best traders, okay? So, my verdict, if you have never invested before, no, I wouldn't trade options. If you have no knowledge of the stock market, any of that, maybe take a quick course. But if you really want to do it, okay, that's fine. You could try it out, but chances are, make sure you sign up for signals. Make sure you understand the fundamentals. Make sure you understand how the market moves. You understand that the market's against you. Make sure you understand emotional intelligence, okay? So, I'm just going to end this video here. Thank you so much for watching. If you have yet to subscribe, make sure to subscribe. Any questions or comments, put them below. Like this video. And, hopefully I can figure out what the best and quickest way to make money is for beginners. That way they can get started in their business, right? So next video, I'm going to talk about running, working out, all that stuff. A little bit different than what I normally talk about. But hopefully you enjoy this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.